You're watching ABC 36 on your side. Good morning, Kentucky.
Welcome back. We're talking kids with Dr. Caitlynn this morning with Lexington pediatrician Dr. Caitlynn Iddings. How are you doing this morning?
Doing well, yeah.
So today we're going to be talking about trick-or-treating safety with Halloween right around the corner. So we got to get to what the kids need to know, what the parents need to know. So what are some safety tips for trick-or-treating? Excuse me.
So the way I like to tell parents to remember it is that we want to ace Halloween. So is around the house. So first thing you need to be doing, especially if you're expecting trick-or-treaters to be coming to your home, is checking your walkways, making sure they're clear. You know, this time of year we're having leaves falling, black walnuts, acorns, lots of things that kids can trip over. So making sure you're clearing your walkways, checking your exterior lighting, making sure that you can really light it up bright so that kids know that they're welcome at the home, right? And then as far as pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns, kids love them, but we really encourage you to use like LED lights as opposed to actual like candles or fire, because you know little toddlers are really tempted to touch things, or kids are walking by with costumes and they happen to get caught in the fire, and so we don't want to have any sort of accidents around.
Wouldn't want Superman's cape getting lit on fire.
Yeah, so
absolutely.
That's the A, okay? And then C is for costumes. So when we're talking about costume for kids, we want to make sure that they're safe costumes, right? And so, you know, masks are cool, but we really do encourage, if you can do like a non-toxic face paint or just ditch the mask completely, that's safer, because it can obscure your vision when you're trying to cross the street, just walking down the sidewalk. So that's one thing. Anything that kind of has like a long cape on it or is really just long can be a tripping hazard. So making sure that kids have good shoes on. You know, it's really cute to have your cute little sparkly princess shoes with your princess dress, but tennis shoes are actually probably better because you're going to be doing a lot of walking.
Cinderella would wear tennis shoes.
Cinderella could totally wear tennis shoes, probably Chucks, right? You know? But anyway.
Exactly.
And so checking costumes, making sure they're flame resistant on the tag, making sure that they fit properly so that they're not a tripping hazard, and then making sure that the kids, of course, can see, so nothing obstructing their vision. And then the C, or ACE, is eating. So that's everyone's favorite part, right? But we know that kids like to kind of eat on the go sometimes. That can be very dangerous, especially if there's hard candies, right? So we always encourage no eating until you get back to the house so that parents can kind of look through the candy, pick out anything that may not be age appropriate. We've talked about choking hazards in toddlers before, so making sure you're taking out any of those hard candies that could potentially get lodged in their throat. And then just doing an overall kind of look over the candy, make sure nothing looks like it's tampered with. We really discourage giving people like home-baked goods. I mean, if it's from like Granny or your aunt or something, that's one thing, but if someone's kind of put something in a little package and it looks home-baked, that's probably like not the best option.
Stay away from those. Yeah, absolutely. And so going off of that, what are some dangers for trick-or-treaters? Yeah,
so unfortunately, Halloween is the one day of year that pedestrian casualties like increase, especially for kids. So I mean, that's the big one. Don't assume that you have the right of way just because it's Halloween, right? Like if it's a busy road, making sure that your kid still understands we need to hold hands to cross the road. We need to be crossing at safe places, not just like darting out in the middle of the road to go to this house across the street, looking both ways. That's a really big important one, because some people aren't necessarily paying attention, right? And then when it gets dark, making sure that your child is visible, right? So putting on little glow sticks or, you know, some sort of light to just like make sure that you can really see them as they're going up and down the streets as it's getting dark.
Yeah, that's great. And so what would you do as a parent if you allowed your kid to trick or treat?
Yeah, so we do trick or treat. My kids love it. We live on a very busy street, and so the past couple of years we've actually gone and found a friend that lives in a neighborhood, just because it is a little more kid-friendly. You don't have to worry about the cars kind of going up and down. Our sidewalks are kind of old and kind of easy to trip over, so going somewhere where there is, you know, really good sidewalks, friendly people, lots of houses that have their lights on that are welcoming your kids is usually your best bet.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and stay with us. You're watching ABC 36 News. We'll